Mr. Speaker, sir, may I have your permission to have the next 6 questions to be taken together by Min Mas and myself, please?
So that's questions 34 to 39? Yes, please.
Yes. Mr. Speaker, sir, we are all deeply saddened to learn of the deaths of 11-year-old twin brothers Ethan and Ashton Yap on 21st January. My MOE colleagues and I mourn their passing, and we extend our condolences to their family, friends, and schoolmates. I believe all members of this House will also agree with us that the pain hits especially hard because such young lives have been lost. Soon after the twins' deaths were made public, the media reported that the boys had special needs. Today, I will not touch on the specifics of the case as it is before the court, and I urge members of the public not to speculate on the incident or to prematurely draw conclusions on what should be done. But today, together with Minister for Social and Family Development, Minister Masagos, we will address how the government and all of us can take a whole-of-community approach to provide targeted support to children with special needs and their caregivers across the different life stages. Mr. Speaker, sir, it is our goal for children with special needs to reach their full potential, to be confident in themselves and to be equipped with life skills and values so that they can grow up to lead as much as possible, as normal, as independent a life as possible. This starts from the early years where early detection and timely intervention are critical. Parents are encouraged to refer to the development milestones in the Health Promotion Board's Child Health Booklet as reference points and take their children for regular childhood development screenings at general practitioner clinics or polyclinics. If any delay in the child's development is detected, the child will be referred to pediatricians for further diagnosis of developmental concerns. In the preschool, teachers may also flag up children with suspected developmental delays to early intervention professionals who will work with pediatricians to determine the children's need. Those children identified to require early intervention, or EI, will be referred to the appropriate EI programs based on the level of support needed. Depending on the program, children may receive EI support with their preschool or at EI centers. For the schooling years, to help parents decide how to best support their children's special education needs, MOE has collaborated with hospitals, EI centers, and special education or SPED schools to develop common standards to guide professional assessments and align the recommendations we give to parents. Based on these assessments and recommendations, parents decide whether to enroll their children in a mainstream primary school or a SPED school. MOE also hosts an annual parent forum in collaboration with KK Women's and Children's Hospitals and NUH to help parents better understand how mainstream and SPED school can support their children's needs. Parents of children with special educational needs by teachers who implement inclusive classroom practices and allied educators who specialize in learning and behavioral support. Because of their additional needs, some may need pull-out support during or after curriculum time. Those who need additional support in literacy and numeracy join the learning support programs in English language and mathematics in primary 1 and 2. And those with dyslexia may join the school-based dyslexia remediation program for primary 3 and 4. Last year, we announced that we are rolling out the Transition Support for Integration or TRANSIT program for primary 1 students with social and behavioral needs. 37 schools have implemented this program and more will be coming on board. When children have higher support needs, professionals will recommend a SPED school because these schools have specialized instruction and customized facilities, specially trained teachers and allied professionals. Currently, approximately 7,000 students, or about 20% of all students reported with a special education needs, attend the existing 22 SPED schools. These students have moderate to severe special needs. Across mainstream and SPED schools, the number of students reported with special education needs have risen by about 5% in the last 3 years, largely due to growing awareness and early identification. Parents are our key partners as they provide valuable insights into their children's unique needs. This is why schools engage families early to find out their children's needs. Schools then provide details of the support available in school and how the school and parents can work together to support their child. When schools and families communicate, they build relations and share strategies that can be used in both the school and at home. In some cases, parents of children with special education needs in mainstream school may find that the mainstream environment does not suit their child. With the advice of MOE educational psychologists and the school's teachers and allied educators, they may conclude that their child is better supported in a SPED school. MOE also provides post-diagnosis educational guidance to render emotional support and assistance to parents in the journey towards acceptance of their child's special needs. In SPED schools, teachers work closely with parents to exchange information on their children's progress and support the application of skills at home and in the community. Each school has a social worker who can help families with additional emotional or financial needs if needed. Families can access programs outside of curriculum hours, such as holiday activities and outings run by the school or social service agencies, in collaboration with external organizations and volunteers. There are also special student care centers which provide before and after school care services for school-going children with special education needs. SG Enable, as well as SSAs, also organize parents and siblings engagement activities, including workshops and camps where participants provide mutual support by sharing experiences and advice. To help students and families transit from SPED to post-school life, MOE works with SPED schools to implement school-wide processes of transition planning for students in the secondary years, where each student has an individual transition plan reflecting his or her post-school interests, strengths, and aspirations. MOE also works with MSF, SG Enable, and the SPED schools for the School to Work Transition Program to support work-capable students in transiting from school to work. For SPED graduates who do not transit to employment due to higher needs, MOE work with SPED schools and SG Enable to facilitate their transition to post-school options based on their abilities and needs, including for students identified for MSF-funded services. Mr. Speaker, all parents plan on providing our children in every possible way until they reach independence as adults. So we can all understand when parents discover that their child will need a lot more support for a lot longer, even into adulthood, we can experience the heartache, shock, and even fear. This is an unplanned journey and can be a challenging one. Many of us know such families amongst our friends, relatives, or in the community. Some of us are ourselves family of a special person. I'm heartened to hear of families who have drawn strength from circles of support and who have in turn given support to others, allowing them to cope with the stress and challenges of journeying alongside their special child. So let us do our part to serve as a circle of support for these children and their families. We cannot say, let the other neighbor help. Let the other relatives help. Let the other company hire him. We need not wait for one another. Let us all make the first step. Let us all let them know that we value them and their children. Let us remind them that they are not alone. When the parents need a break, let us step in to play with or accompany their children. When they seek an understanding employer or colleague, let us be that understanding employer or colleague. Let us be a community that reaches out in both words and deeds to demonstrate care and kindness. Let us be the inclusive society that uplifts one another and leaves no Singaporean behind and move forward as one. Mr. Speaker, sir, may I have Minister Masagos